Hello future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. Here is a video in differential equations, and this is part 1. And I'll discuss principles, definitions, and sample problems up to 4 problems. And we'll take up first order differential equations. We also discuss the order and type of differential equations. Then we'll consider variable separable differential equations. The rest of the topics on homogeneous differential equations, exact differential equations, and determination of integrating factors will be discussed in part 2 of this differential equation. So in this video, we'll only take up the discussions on first order linear differential equations, order and type of differential equations, and variable separable differential equations. So as I said, the rest homogeneous differential equations, exact differential equations, and the determination of integrating factors will be discussed in the second part. So we define a differential equation as one which contains within it at least one derivative. So that's the definition of differential equations. And also, a differential equation is written in terms of differentials, not only derivative, but also differentials. In your experience with differential calculus, there are functions written in a manner that is with differentials and not with derivatives, actually. So the following are examples of differential equations. So we have dy dx equals 3x plus 7. Second derivative of s with respect to t is k square s plus a equals 0. Second derivative of s with respect to t minus k square s plus a equals 0. And we have quantity x squared plus y squared dx minus 4xy dy. So this is the example where the differential equation is written in terms of the differentials. Then we have partial of u with respect to t equals big H squared quantity partial of u with respect to x plus partial of u with respect to y. Then we have second derivative of w with respect to x quantity cubed plus xy first derivative of w with respect to x plus w equals c. Then another example, uh, third derivative of s with respect to t quantity square plus s partial s times derivative of s with respect to t plus 3s square equals 0. Y double prime plus y prime quantity square equals y. So these are examples of differential equations. So a differential equation may be classified according to the following characteristics. So first, the order. The order of a differential equation is the order of the highest order derivative in the equation. And we will classify each of these differential equations later as to the order, as to the degree of a differential equation, which is the largest power or exponent of the highest order derivative existing in the equation. So that's degree, the largest power or exponent of the highest order derivative existing in the equation. And next, we have a differential equation may be ordinary or partial as to the type of derivatives or differentials appearing in the equation. So we have these following characteristics of differential equations: order, degree, and type. So the general form of the nth ordered ordinary differential equation, therefore, we have function of the nth derivative of y, then n minus 1 derivative of y comma, dot, 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 until first order dy dx, comma x, comma y equals 0. Now, the first example, this first differential equation is first order because we have dy dx only, first derivative, and it is first degree because this is the order and its exponent is 1, and it is an ordinary differential equation. This one is second order because we have second derivative of s with respect to t, and first degree because this is the highest order derivative and its power, we have quantity raised to 1, so it is first degree, and it is also an ordinary differential equation. The third example is, again, although written in differentials, is first order and first degree ordinary differential equations. The next one, the fourth one, this is about partial derivatives, and the order is second degree. We have second partial derivative of u with respect to x and second partial derivative of u with respect to y. And since the power or exponent of this highest ordered derivative is just 1, it is first degree partial differential equation. So it is second order first degree partial differential equations. The third one is we have second derivative of w with respect to x, and it is raised to 3, and this is the highest order derivative, so it is second order, and since the highest order derivative is raised to 3, this is the largest exponent, so it is third degree, and it is an ordinary differential equation. So second order, third degree, ordinary differential equation. This is third order because we have third derivative of s with respect to t, and since this is the highest order derivative and its exponent is 2, it is second order and ordinary differential equations. And the last one is second order. We have second derivative and its exponent is 1. So therefore, it is first degree and ordinary differential equations. So these are the different characteristics of a differential equation. And in general, the general form of the nth-ordered ordinary differential equations would be in the form function of nth derivative of y, n minus 1 derivative of y, until we reach the first derivative of y with respect to x, comma y equals 0. So this is the general form of the nth ordered ordinary differential equation. So we have nth derivative here. So that's it for that part. So let's proceed to the solution to an ordinary differential equation. So the solution of an ordinary differential equation is another equation free of any derivatives or differentials, expressing the relationship between the dependent, which is usually y, and the independent variables, which is usually x, and which, when substituted into the equation, reduces it to an identity. So meaning the technique to the solution to an ordinary differential equation is you just master differentiation, and after that we obtain the derivatives. So if it is second order, second derivative, and when substituted to the original equation, it will reduce to an identity. So example of the solution to second order differential equations would be, for this equation here, y double prime equals 12x minus 2. The solution would be any one of the following. So y sub 1 equals 2x cubed minus x squared. It has, for this solution, it has no arbitrary constants. Second, we have no arbitrary constants also. Third, 2x cubed minus x squared plus an arbitrary constant times x. And we have y sub 4, 2x cubed minus x squared plus cx plus k. The solution may be unlimited as long as the important thing here is the first two terms are the same. All solutions with the same highest order terms will be the solution to these differential equations as long as these first two terms of highest degree will be the same. So there will be an unlimited solutions as long as the first two higher degree terms are correct. So for the solution, let us evaluate the derivative of each of these supposedly, and it will go back to this original equation. So in particular, let's evaluate the first derivative and second derivative of this third solution, which is the solution to that original differential equation, ordinary second order ordinary differential equation. Second order first degree ordinary differential equation. So y prime is equal to 6x squared minus 2x plus c. So that's the first derivative, and the second derivative would be 12x minus 2, which is this. So don't worry about the solution, and if the problem is multiple choice type, the technique therefore is you just differentiate all the choices twice, and the one that gives the original equation, differential equation, would be the answer. So that's the technique. So next, we have the type of solution to a differential equation. So the solution to a differential equation is said to be particular if it does not contain any arbitrary constants. So for instance, solutions 1 and 2, y1 and y2, are called particular solutions of this ordinary second order first degree differential equations because these solutions are free of arbitrary constants. Then we have general solution if it contains at least one arbitrary constant. So the solution y1 and y2 in the preceding example, this one, are particular solutions since they do not contain any arbitrary constants. For the general solution, it must contain at least one arbitrary constant. That's why it's called general. And for our remarks, solutions y3 and y4 are called general solutions to this second order first degree ordinary differential equation because it contains at least one arbitrary constant. And in particular, if the order of the differential equation is equal to the number of arbitrary constants, it is called the complete solution. So, moreover, if the general solution to an nth order differential equation contains n arbitrary constants, it is called as the complete solution. So which is the case of y sub 4. So y sub 4 is general and at the same time the complete solution to this second order first degree ordinary differential equation. So the general form of the complete solution to the nth ordered ordinary differential equation will contain n arbitrary constants, and it is illustrated below. So we have function, where g is the symbol for function of quantity x, y, the constants, arbitrary constants from k1, k2 up to kn equals 0. So this is the general form of the complete solution to the nth ordered ordinary differential equation. So the determination of the particular solution. So since there are n arbitrary constants, in order to determine the particular solutions, these n arbitrary constants must be known, and this will only be known if there are also n given initial or boundary conditions for this determination. So for the determination of this n arbitrary constants, there should also be n initial or boundary conditions so that we can evaluate those n arbitrary constants. So let's have an example. This is second example. Find a particular equation of the curve whose differential equation is given by the second order equation y double prime equals 6x minus 2, and that it passes through 0, negative 4 and 1, 2. So this is second order, first degree ordinary differential equations. Since it is second order, that's why there are two conditions, boundary conditions. We have it passes through 0, negative 4 and 1, 2. So also the technique is you evaluate or you substitute these values into the solution, and that solution should be satisfied by these points which lie on the curve, which is the solution to this differential equation. So for the solution, we have integrating. So you write this as dy dx equals quantity y double prime, or second derivative of y with respect to x equals 6x minus 2. Integrating, we have 6x squared over 2, which is 3x squared. Then minus 2x plus constant of integration c sub 1. Integrating again, so this is dy dx, or dy equals this quantity dx. Integrating, so y equals 3x cubed over 3, so x cubed, minus 2x squared over 2, so minus x squared, plus c sub 1x plus c sub 2. So the arbitrary constants here, the number of arbitrary constants is 2 because we have second order differential equation. And these arbitrary constants are evaluated by these two given boundary conditions. So first at 0, negative 4, y is negative 4, and 0, 0, c sub 1 times 0, 0. So c sub 2 equals negative 4. And for the second one, at 1, 2, y is 2. 2 equals 1 cubed minus 1 square plus c sub 1 times 1 plus c sub 2, which is negative 4. So c sub 1, therefore, this is 0. So c sub 1 is 4 plus 2, 6. So c sub 1 equals 6. So the solution to this second order first degree ordinary differential equation, the particular solution is x cubed minus x squared, then plus 6x minus 4. That's the equation. Y equals x cubed minus x squared plus 6x minus 4. Then the solutions to first ordered ordinary differential equations. Now there are equations where the variables can be separated. So we have this technique, separation of variables, if we can do it, because the general form of the first ordered ordinary differential equations may be written in one of the following ways. So we have just like this, function of dy dx, first order, first degree, ordinary differential equation. So function of dy dx, comma x, comma y equals 0. Or in differential form, m, or function of xy dx, plus n, function of xy dy equals 0. And the third one is actually same as that of 1, where m dx plus n dy equals 0, where both m and n are functions of x and y. So when any one of the above forms can be written such that the variables are separable, then the result can be written in this form here. Function of x, we group all functions of x times differential of x plus function of y times differential of y equals 0. So this is the what we call variable separable, so that we can evaluate the integral independently. So we have f of x dx. We can evaluate the integral of all functions in terms of x alone, and this one integral of y dy, so functions of y alone, dy equals 0. And of course, the integral of 0 is constant. So this is the standard form of the first ordered ordinary differential equations with variables that are separable. So that's it for this part. So examples 3 and 4, find the complete or the particular solution of the following differential equations. So problem 3, dy dx equals 4x plus xy squared over y minus x squared y. And problem 4, we have 2xy y prime equals 1 plus y squared. And we have here the boundary conditions when y is 3 when x is 2. So for problem solution to 3, dy dx equals 4x plus quantity 4x plus xy squared over y minus x squared y. So in the numerator, let's factor out x. So we have dy dx equals x times quantity 4 plus y squared over factor out y in the denominator, y times quantity 1 minus x squared. Then let's separate the variables. So dy over 4 plus y squared, y dy over 4 plus y squared equals x dx over 1 minus x squared. So again, y dy over 4 plus y squared equals x dx over 1 minus x squared. So take note that this is very familiar. If we put u be the denominator, then the differential is 2y dy. We only miss 2, which is a constant. We also divide the denominator by 2 or multiply the whole expression by 1/2. Likewise, if you let v be the denominator 1 minus x squared, the differential is negative 2x dx. So we introduce negative 2 in the numerator and also divide by negative 2 as shown here. So 2y dy over 2 quantity 4 plus y squared equals negative 2x dx over negative 2 quantity 1 minus x squared. So take note that this is in the form du over 2 quantity u. So du over u, we just introduce 1/2. 1/2 of du over u. And this is equal to negative 1/2 of dv, negative 2x dx over v. So integrating, then we have 1/2 ln of quantity 4 plus y squared equals negative 1/2 ln of quantity 1 minus x squared, then plus 1/2 of ln of c. So this is a constant, but we just form it into same form as this so that the solution would be good to look at. But if you just put it k, there's no problem. But as long as it is the solution to the problem, it is the uh, the complete solution to this problem here, because it involves that one arbitrary constant. So we imagine that 1/2 is cancelled, then we transpose this negative ln of quantity 1 minus x squared to the left, then it becomes ln of quantity 4 plus y squared plus ln of quantity 1 minus x squared equals ln of c. So since from property of logarithm, we can write this as, we combine this as ln of their product, ln of quantity 4y plus y squared times quantity 1 minus x squared equals ln of c. Then equating the function, ln of something equals ln of constant. So this something here equals that constant. So the complete solution therefore is quantity 4 plus y squared times 1 minus x squared equals c. So that's the complete solution because it is first order, first degree differential equation. So there's only be one arbitrary constant. So for number 4, we expect that the solution would be particular. It is free of arbitrary constant, an arbitrary constant. So we write it as, this is the given, and we have the condition y is 3 when x is 2. So 2xy and y prime is dy dx equals 1 plus y squared. Then we can rewrite this as 2y dy all over 1 plus y squared equals x over x, which is now in the form integral of du over u, and this one integral of dx over x, where the integral is ln. So ln of quantity 1 plus y squared, integrating ln of quantity 1 plus y squared equals ln x plus constant, and we also write the constant as ln of k. Transposing ln x to the left, so ln of quantity 1 plus y squared minus ln x equals ln of k. We write this as combined ln of quantity 1 plus y squared over x equals ln of k. So equating the functions for ln, so we have 1 plus y squared equals kx. Do not cancel ln, we just equate the function. So for ln, then 1 plus y squared equals kx, and since when y is 3, x is 2, so 1 plus 3 squared equals k times 2. This is 10 divided by 2, so k is 5. Substitute into this equation and we'll get the particular solution. 1 plus y squared equals 5x, and rearranging y squared equals 5x minus 1, which is a parabola open to the right. So that's it for this part 1 of differential equations.